Welcome back or welcome to my channel. It is Sunshine Lorena and I'm finally going to be reading this. So yes, I am finally going to be reading this. This is going to be a reading vlog of me reading Babel by R.F. Kuang. I bought this probably around October-ish time, November last year, and it's been on my TBR pretty much every month so far this year and I haven't got to it. It didn't do TBR for me, so maybe, you know, don't put a book on a TBR and I'll actually read it. But yes, I'm looking forward to actually reading this. Like I said, I got it a couple months after it was actually released. I don't usually pre-order unless I'm like 100% sure that I am actually going to read that book basically as soon as it's out. But we're finally getting there. I'm going to do this. It's been a while since I have sat down and done a reading vlog, kind of. So if you look at my channel, you're like, yeah, she hasn't had some reading vlogs in a few months. There was a couple of ones that I have like kind of failed. So the most recent one, which by the way, I just deleted all the footage now because I'm never going to use it, was in March. I was reading March releases. I was in a bad reading place. Still not quite 100% now, but a really bad reading place, and it was taking me absolutely forever to get through the books. No problem with the books, they were really good, but it was a me thing, so I ended up scrapping it, and I was basically at the end, I was like, this footage is going to be awful, so I got rid of it. And I think I did the same with February as well, so I've not been, reading vlogs haven't been it really, but I'm going to read this one, which was like, it's highly anticipated for me. I'm looking forward to so much. I absolutely love the Poppy War series by R.F. Kuang. She does have like another book coming out now in May, Yellowface, which isn't fantasy. It's going to be completely different, so I'm looking forward to that. This is set in Oxford, so an act of translation is always an act of betrayal. Oxford, 1836, the city of dream inspires, is the centre of all knowledge and progress in the world, and at its heart is Babel, Oxford University's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, the tower from which all power of the empire flows. Orphaned in Canton and brought to England by a mysterious guardian, Robin Swift thought Babel was a paradise until it became a prison, but can soon stand against the empire. So it's really good. I believe this is rooted in kind of around the British Empire, like a commentary on colonisation as well. So I'm looking forward to this. I will update you at like key kind of points. I'm going to try and aim probably for around like when I'm about 25% of the way through each time to kind of give you other updates. The audiobook is on script, so I'm definitely going to listen to it along with this. I did the same with the Poppy War series and I felt like the audiobook really enhanced it, and also helped me make sure I knew how to pronounce things, which is always good when you're like reading a book like this. So it is, I didn't even tell you, it is the 17th of May, Wednesday the 17th of May. This will be read by the end of the month, guys. Because, you know, I want to have like another decent wrap up for the month, and not carry books over because I hate carrying books over into new months. So yes, that's a plan. I'm going to be reading. The weather is supposed to be still kind of sunny and kind of nice this week. I'm hoping tomorrow, I'm working from home. I'm going to have like an hour lunch break and I'm hoping that it's going to be nice weather. I can sit in the park for that hour, so I'm going to like make my like lunch, like my sandwich, etc. So I can sit and like read in the park, hopefully, fingers crossed. Saturday we're going to London for the day, so I'm not taking this with me, and I don't think I'll listen to the audio. If I want to like read something, I'll listen to something else. So the first update from me might not be until the end of the weekend or early next week, and this depends on how well my reading's going. I feel like this is a really long intro. I've been speaking forever, guys, and I'm going to be quiet now so that I can actually go off and do some reading. And this vlog is not going to fail, guys. It's not going to fail. It's not. I'm going to actually complete it. You know, I'm going to complete this vlog and it's going to be good. It's going to be good, guys. So thank you for watching, and I will cue some bee footage and then my next update. Hello lovely people, it's been about a week since I last spoke to you. I haven't been feeling great, so I don't look great right now. I haven't been well, So I am now 22% of the way through this because I updated Storygraph last night. I'm on page 120, so 22%. And like I said, I was talking about doing about every quarter, so updating you. I'm pretty much there. It's been a while. Need to update you. I do want to hopefully read more. But quick life updates. I remember saying to you like, oh, I was looking forward to like, you know, having lunch in the park like last week, that lunchtime, but it was like super cloudy, so I ended up going, which was really annoying. Went to London, it was good, enjoyed it, and like I said, I haven't been feeling great the last few days, so reading has not been like the best. I've been more like in audiobooks of other books than this, but I am enjoying this. So there's been a lot of setup to begin with. So the first few chapters is us following Robin, so when he's still in mainland China, and his then journey across to England, and then his growing up years until he's ready to go off to Oxford. So it was just like getting to know him getting like used to like the way of living in the UK, the studying, because like in a way he was like rescued by the professor, who quite clearly is ulterior motives. So yes, and he was like educated at home, and now he's ready to go off to Oxford to do translation in Babel, the tower. And the magical elements, so obviously this is taking real world events, but also mixing it with the fantasy. So it is, you know, the British Empire is a thing. So they are translating lots of different things in different languages into English, not the other way around. So they're not translating their own things from English into other languages, but they're translating things from other languages into English to help themselves. So this book is, and I did know this, it is critical of the British Empire, colonisation, etc. So I definitely getting those vibes. But there is a magical element to do with silver, which we don't know like the full workings of it yet, but there's bits and pieces being revealed, but the translations are important. So they've never had like a native Chinese speaker. So Robin, that's not his original name. I can't even remember what his original name is. That's the name he chose, his English name. But yes, he's obviously very important. Professor has ulterior motives. There's something else that's been revealed and kind of going on as a subplot that is very interesting. Don't want to say too much because like, you know, too revealing, but there's something else going on. Like some people who are on the opposite side of this and like don't want it. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I'm enjoying it, getting to know the characters. And yes, Robin, there's not that many first year students actually in the Translation Institute, but there is someone else who is originally from India. So he has someone else who, for his first time in his life, he's met someone else who has the same kind of upbringing as him, being from another country, being brought to the UK to study, to then go to Oxford for translation. And then there's some other people from other countries, but for once he actually feels like he's found somebody who actually understands how his life has been. And yeah, that's it. I'm enjoying it. I will read more. And yes, I'm gonna have my ice latte because it's hot, and I will update you once I've read a little bit more. And who knows how long that's gonna take, but I will update you guys. Hello wonderful people, it is Friday the 26th of May, and it's a bank holiday weekend, so Monday's off, lots of time to read. Obviously we do lots of fun things. The weather has been so good this week. You would have seen yesterday at lunchtime I got to go to the park, sit and read, which is just perfect. And yeah, so I'm doing really well now guys. I'm on page 274, which is exactly 50%. I just updated my story graph, so perfect time to give you guys an update. Now just at the very like last little bit that I finished reading, it was called like Interlude, and we actually just for a couple pages got a little bit of background from the perspective of Rami, who is Robin's kind of one of his friends and classmates, and I thought it was really interesting just to see a little bit about them. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but they are four classmates. There's two girls and then there's two boys. So yeah, you obviously pick up little bits and pieces of their background, but you don't really know fully their story. So yeah, it was definitely nice to see a little bit of Rami's actual past, because obviously most of the class, most of them are from like other countries, so it was just nice to get a little bit of like his background. So that was good. There has been like a turning point, guys. There's been a turning point that I did not see coming. Like I should have, really. But it's just a bit like, what is actually going on? Like these like plots and bits and pieces. I know I'm being vague, but I'm like trying not to do spoilers, you know? I'm trying not to do too many spoilers here. But yes, I'm liking the character development. They're now like in their 4th year at Babel, so we've went quite rapidly through their career at the university and their studies, which does make me wonder, because now we're like 50% of the way through, like I said, if it's going to take them to the end of university and then we're going to see their post-university life as well, because the direction this is taken is like, it's really good. I'm really enjoying it. I love the characters, the details of them. Arv Kwang is just really good at writing characters. She really knows how to get you pulled in there with them, and also supporting some morally grey characters as well in this. But I'm really enjoying it, and like I said, like I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see where this goes, because obviously there's like a little bit of fantasy element in terms of the silver working in this, to do the translations, etc., but it's not like a fantasy book really, though I do think it did get like put up for a fantasy award, so like a little bit fantasy-ish, but not like fantasy, if that makes sense. But it's going to be interesting to see where like it's going to go with the translations and silver working, etc., and I don't want to see too much more because like but I'm really enjoying it, and I really want to get this done this month. That we are plowing through. I think I can do it halfway through, half the book to go, and I finally feel like I'm me again in my reading. If you have been watching my videos, like I have been struggling with my reading the last few months, and this month I feel like I finally like had that pivotal turning point, and I'm like kind of back to kind of my old reading, not like 100%, but like I feel like we're basically there. I filmed my June TBR earlier, which will be up on my channel actually by the time this is up, so go and check that out to see what happened. So yes, I feel like I'm finally getting there. It feels like summer because the weather's good. Bank holiday weekend, guys. I'm gonna enjoy it. We're gonna be spending some time with friends and stuff across the weekend, enjoying the good weather, because it is the UK and you never know, it can just disappear on us like in a week's time, so enjoy it while it's here, and getting reading done. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to my reading, and I will speak to you when I have more updates. And oh, one more thing, I feel like I've been speaking for ages, but I need to mention this. As well as not being great at reading, I've not been great exactly keeping up on all the booktube videos, and I just found out today, which is 3 weeks later after the announcement, that there's Summerween this summer. That Summerween is happening in July. So they like took a break, like didn't do Winterween or any other weens, but Summerween is happening. They did say it was gonna happen, but the announcement happened like 3 weeks ago and I had no idea, and it's happening in July, and I'm excited. Like Summerween's back. I just feel like it's like a week where I really do read better, so you know, so I'm gonna have to start planning that TBR, guys. Gonna have to start planning that TBR. But yes, that's everything for me, and I will do you when I have more updates. And if I do go into spoilers later on, I will put a warning, because at this point I feel like we'll see how it goes in the next bit, but I just feel like we're heading to a point that maybe I'm gonna have to give spoilers. I will warn before that happens. Okay, bye. Hello, it is the 2nd of June. I did finish this a couple of days ago. I know I didn't come in and do like 75% update because I couldn't say much without spoiling. Finished it, and so good, guys, like so good. Like that last section that I've been reading since I updated you, so good, so action-packed. It's 5 stars, guys, it's 5 stars. Arv Kwon, every time I read a book by Arv Kwon, it's like 5 stars. And just got yellow face, guys, because I've not updated you about that. You've got a little tote, which I need to find. Just 1 second. Like distraction from my update about Babel, but like I just bought yellow face from Waterstones, and look at this bag. It contains one hell of a story. I just think it's so cute. It came with it in Waterstones. They literally just got them in when I went to the shop, and I think that was great. Anyway, amazing, guys. Yeah, every time I read an Arv Kwon book, it's 5 stars, okay? Whole Puppy War series, 5 stars. 5 stars? I'm hoping Yellowface is 5 stars, guys, because like, she hits it on the nail every single time. She writes characters that feel so real and puts so much detail into them, and like you just connect with them on different levels, and like there's always like morally grey elements as well with these characters, and just so good, guys, so good. And like I said, that last section so action packed. Great ending, great ending to this. But also with like the last kind of epilogue-y kind of section, I feel like there could be like another book, not necessarily like a full book, maybe like a short story or something, just to like a little novella to kind of follow up, because I'd love to see exactly how the fallout ends up being. Like, it's fine that this is it and it ends that way, but part of me just wants to know that a little bit more details. Like a little novella would be like perfect. But it's great, amazing guys, absolutely amazing. Like I said, there is some fantasy elements within this, but it's not like fantasy heavy. Just around silver working and translations, which is all gets explained in there. She's built such a great world. Obviously, it is based on real life, what like the Poppy War was in her books, like the Poppy War series was, except that did involve a lot more fantasy than this. But yes, she does bring that real history element into it with those fantasy elements, and she does such a great job. Such a great job. These characters, I love them. I always love her characters. So good, guys. If you've not read this, go ahead, get it, read it. I'm just annoyed that I haven't read this sooner, but at the same time I feel like I needed it now, because like I've been slumping so much, and I just feel like this is what I needed. I needed this. This is I mean, like I said, this is great. Also, this cover just makes so much more sense to me now that I've actually read the book. Like, if you've read the book, this will have a bit more significance. It just makes way more sense. But yes, so good. I can't really add more to that without kind of giving, I can't add any more to this without kind of giving spoilers, but it's so good. Trust me, you need to read it if you've not read it. And R.F. Kuang is now an autobiography author, like 100%. She is an autobiography author. I'm going to be buying every single book that she writes, because I mean, actually, I've never read books by another author that I've given every single one a 5 stars. So new favorite author, guys, new favorite author. But thank you so much for watching this. If you have read this, let me know what you think. If you've not, go and get it. Leave a comment below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more from me, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.